Oh, nice. Cool, alright. Welcome everyone. I'll say before I start, I'm on a different setup, so if my audio is weird, it's not my fault. Blame Raikou. But yeah, I'll get this started. Alright. Hopefully the marathon is ready on time. I'll go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. Welcome to Spyro 1. Hope you guys are enjoying the marathon so far. I certainly have been. Thanks Rex for the runs.
Oh, it's been peaceful.
So yeah, backstory behind my run today is that I've been having internet issues all weekend, and at the last minute kind of worked out that I'm going to do the run from not my house. So I'm currently at the house of the guys who are hosting the marathon, doing the run on Raikou's PC. So thank you, Raikkou, for letting me stream.
I'm going after him.
Find dragons first. That's all
Hi
I
everyone,
can
hi
tell
Nitro, Fight Phoenix, hi Rabbit. So yeah, hopefully lots of people are familiar with Spyro speedruns. We've had quite a lot of them at Oz Marathons in the past, but I'll try and commentate a bit. This is the first Spyro game. We're doing 120%, so we're collecting everything. This game is kind of straightforward compared to the later Spyro games. There's no kind of mini games, or there's a lot less kind of like messed up movement mechanics and out of bounds. It's a lot more kind of straight up optimization, going through the levels, collecting everything as quickly as possible, which is good for me. First level sucks. That was actually pretty good. That plane section is really awful, but I got through it painlessly. So yeah, we start off with Sunny Flight. It's the first flight level. Most of the levels are not like this, flying around. We always happen to start with one. You have to collect everything in one go, I guess, before the timer runs out and before you crash. The lower you fly, the faster you go, and those planes were kind of manipulated by the camera while you're moving. They're not on a fixed cycle, so the camera thing I did at the start, and just the way I was moving at the start, was to manipulate the planes into good positions. So that was pretty good. And then you intentionally ram into a wall at the end there, so that you skip the big loop-the-loop animation that Spyro normally does at the end of a flight. And we're out. Alright. So the goal is to collect all of the dragons and all the gems. There's 80 dragons, 14,000 gems. Those dragons are the statue I just touched there, the big green, like blue-green turquoisey statue. Touch 80 of those and collect all of the gems. First platforming level here, Dark Hollow, is pretty interesting. There's a couple of routes, but I'll be doing the fastest known one, which involves an out of bounds. You don't see too many of them in speedruns of this game. It's kind of hard to get out of bounds. It's not too many ways to kind of go much higher than normal with a jump. You can go a bit higher than intended and make a bunch of unintended jumps, but high enough to get out of bounds is quite rare. But I'm going to get one in the second level. Oh yeah, eggs. I completely forgot about eggs. I tend to, when I'm explaining what you need to do in this game, it's such a minor thing. But there's the out of bounds. Skip into here. But yeah, there are 12 eggs total. You need to have 5 to progress from Magic Crafters, but obviously this is 120, so we'll be getting all of them anyway. They do count the percentage. One thing we won't be collecting is all of the extra lives. They're in the kind of purple clamshell containers. They do not count towards your percentage. So I'll be getting all of those. I'll be getting a couple. But that's just so I don't game over until I want to game over. And it's a key chest. You have to collect the key earlier on in the level. It was in the underground section next to the game. And so key chests kind of determine the route to some levels, because you need to make sure you get the key before you open the key chest. No, I appreciate it, Nitro. Alright, Stonehill is large and kind of empty. There's not a lot of stuff here compared to how big it is, and so you'll see lots of running around not collecting anything for long distances. It's kind of I mean, some people say it's a boring level. I tend to agree, but it's got some cool stuff, including this jump off the fountain, which I failed. Yeah, there you go. Skip up here. This makes the route a bit nicer. And then trying to go as fast as possible over these big hills is kind of tough. You want to be like holding X and square when you're going up hills, so that Spyro does this kind of skittering animation. It's like doing lots of charge jumps all in a row, and that helps you climb up hills a bit faster than just charging on the ground. And then head down and get the key from this area here, and then we'll be heading back to the start of the level where the key chest is. The fountain jump lets you kind of do this level, I guess, backwards. It's not a linear level, it's a few different ways of doing it, but I guess this is kind of backwards. Did I get all that? Yeah, I did. Nice. Yeah, getting all of those chests in one go there is pretty tricky, and even when you do get it, you don't always realize that you've got it, so you end up turning around to check anyway. And then finish up down here. That's a dragon, and that's the key chest. So there's no requirement to leave levels through the actual, like, yellow vortex, the return home whirlwind. There is one in all the levels, but you don't have to use them. It doesn't really do anything. It does one thing specifically, which is entering the boss level in this world, Toasty. Requires you to go out through one of those return home vortexes, but I'm not going to go into that level the intended way anyway, so it doesn't matter. So in the first world, the levels are all pretty quick. They don't have lots of gems. They're pretty small in the area. And it's just kind of a nice intro. A good time is like under 12 minutes. I get that sometimes. That is true, yeah. In the last world, you need to do that. Although, interestingly, on the PAL version, if you get 100%, you don't have to exit through the whirlwind. You'll still open the next one, even if you didn't go through the whirlwind if you get 100%. But on this version, which is the American version, you do still need to exit through the whirlwind regardless, which is really, really annoying if you like forget a gem. Have to go back through the level to find it, and then you have to go back forward through the level again to lead through the return. So yeah, I'm playing on the American version. There are 3 versions, there's American, PAL, and Japanese. The American version and the PAL version are not too different. The physics are different. Obviously there's the whole frame rate issue, and they tried to like counteract it, and they like sped up Spyro's movement, so his actual like straight line charging speed is faster on PAL version. But he's a lot more difficult to control, like he handles it worse. And then all the animations, dragons, and loading times are all slower. And there's an important trick at the end of the game that is just impossible on PAL. And so you can play PAL, it's not the worst thing in the world, but if you want to kind of be competitive at all, you kind of need to play on the American version. And then the Japanese version is horrible. So that was the skip to get into Toasty. I kind of was in the middle of talking about something else. But yeah, that was a wall glide on the hill there. If you glide along like a slanted wall like that, you don't lose all your height in the same way that when you're just gliding through the air. The wall kind of keeps you up. You lose height less quickly, or in some cases you can even gain height in wall glides like that. And so by wall gliding you can get onto some parts of that hill that are standable, and from there you can get all the way out of bounds and go into Toasty from the back, and that skips having to go through one of the return home vortexes, which is important because the only one that's really convenient to go through is Dark Hollow, and we did a route that doesn't allow us to do that. So Toasty is really hard. The dogs are difficult to optimize, just the movement here is awkward. I'm trying to do a new thing here. Oh, I hit Toasty, but I missed the dog. You try and hit both of them with that second flame, and so get the second or a bit more. No, dude! I haven't done that in so long. I shouldn't have gone for that in a reset this round. So yeah, I missed the last gem at the end there. That's whatever. So this is what happens when you miss a gem. You cry and then go back into the level and go get it. This is one of the reasons that, so there's 2 main categories in this game, any percent and 120. And in any percent, if you miss gems like that, you often don't have to worry about them. You can just kind of continue. And that's one of the reasons, one of the things I like about any percent. But in 120, you have to get everything. And I have to kill Toasty again, because that's how you get in here. That's really annoying. Yeah, I mean the flame charges are faster, and that's the first time in many months that I've failed it, so that's why I do it. I think it's just better. But obviously that can happen in a situation like this. Whatever. It was a pretty good artisan up to that point, but something had to happen. So yeah, that's the end of the first homeworld here, Artisans. All you need to leave here is 10 dragons, but obviously I got everything, so don't need to worry about that. What's that, 13, yeah, 1320 or something. So yeah, probably lost about a minute to getting that, that extra gem. Okay, if that's the only time I miss a gem, then I'll be Anyway, oh, this is 120. So I've been doing some any percent recently, and so every now and then I mix up the routes, and so that's what happened there. I started heading towards Dry Canyon when I actually want to go here. That's another wall glide to get up to Night Flight early. Unintended. You're supposed to use a cannon to break a rock and go across some platforms, but another flight. This time there's nothing moving. This is the only flight where there's no like cycles to everything is stationary. But on the flip side of that, the timer is much tighter in this one than in any of the others. Casually, it's kind of tough to get everything in one go, and even with the speedrunner, if you like miss something and have to fly around to get it again, sometimes run the risk of that. Clear out some home world stuff, and then we're going to end up back at the start of the home world with the levels in kind of intended order from here on. So I'm tracking. But we can clear up some home world stuff first, including a very cool all light here if I can get it. But that's fine. Landing in the water there is no big deal as long as you are able to get up afterwards. But if you get a really good wall glide, you can just make it over without landing in the water. But it's quicker than going the intended way if there's another rock there. Homeworld is terrifying. I don't know, I like this one. I missed that one. So it's a fan chest. You need to flame them 3 times to break them. That first flame for some reason just didn't connect. Guys with guns, yeah. If Raikou is watching, by the way, your computer just gave a warning saying it's running low on storage. Oh yeah, I could just turn off the local recording. Give me a sec. When I get a moment, I'll just turn off local recording on the fly. Yeah, we're not streaming from this PC, so it's just recording what I'm playing. So, pushed off the platform by that guy. So when you charge through enemies in this game, unlike in the later games, you tend to get kind of pushed off course a little bit. Which is why you often see me jump just before I charge through an enemy. Just because it prevents that from happening. Occasionally you get stuff like that. Who knows, it might be the chance of a PV, especially after that gem is so minuscule. And even then, we're still recording like the streams are still being recorded, so on the marathon channel. So that fireworks just from the lower sky. Okay, let me sort this out. Where's it? Stop recording. There we go. Alright, so Clifftown's a tough level. It's got a few unintended jumps. The platform is pretty tight. First unintended jump, this one is not hard, but there's a couple of others that are. You're supposed to go all the way up to the top and like glide around to get to that section, but you can actually really easily just jump around the side. And then another one here, just glide around. Flaming this from the bottom. I'm pretty sure it's also unintended considering how tricky it can be. So a couple of little movement things that I haven't mentioned yet, but which I'm using all the time. When I get chests or certain enemies, typically when you flame a gem container in this game, the gem just kind of pops out into the air, and you then have to like either catch it in the air or wait for it to land on the ground, and then that's what I'm supposed to do. But if you charge through gem containers, the gem just homes in straight away, because you're moving and you have to stop every time you charge through something. But by flaming next to something and then like immediately charging, so you just kind of stop charging briefly, flame, and then charge again, you get an effect that we call a flame charge. Kind of makes sense. Where the gem, you flame the chest, but the gem still homes in as if you're charging. And because the flame hitbox is kind of lengthy, you can like get gems to home in on you from further away than normal, and kind of cut corners and just makes the movement a bit quicker. I'll try and do one of those, yeah. Yeah, I got both of those. That's a nice little double flame charge. Hey, Shy Guy, it's going good. The run's a bit, had a bit of a problem so far, but it'll be okay. So this is the cannon that you're supposed to use to open Night Flight, but because I've already done Night Flight, I only need to use it to break those chests. So I only need to move it in one direction, which is nice. And then also the position of those 3 enemies after Clifftown is random. That's one of the few actual random elements in this run, and it doesn't really make much difference anyway. So I skipped a bunch of stuff at the start of Champs there. We'll be going back through to clear it up at the end, so this level kind of works out where you go through the first bit, beat the boss, and then you have to just kind of come back out to that first bit again. It works out to split it into two sections, I guess. I was playing around recently with a route where you get everything all in one go at the start, but I actually timed it for myself. Not being like half a second slow. Back to the old one. And then this is Chen. Very cool with sunglasses. You can kind of manipulate him a little bit to jump fewer times here. Normally he does like 2 or 3 more jumps than that, but because of the way I move through the fight, finishes earlier. I don't know why it works. You might have noticed one of the gems at the end there, rather than letting Sparks pick it up, I like jumped directly on a gem while Sparks picked up a different gem. It's just a little optimization. When you finish a level on gem collection, you can leave a little bit earlier if you actually touch the gem directly. And you can usually manipulate that because Sparks won't pick up gems while Spyro is in the air. And so if you jump onto a gem, Sparks doesn't have a chance to pick it up and you can just touch it directly. Sparks being the little dragonfly that's following me, so he's not familiar with Spyro again. He's picking up gems that are on there, but he's also my health, so I need to be careful sometimes for that reason. If either I run out of like hits and I'm on only one health left, Sparks just disappears, and obviously you can't pick up gems, not there. So you have to touch every gem individually, and it's really awful. Also, if you kill one of the, we'll call them fodder, little animals and stuff around the levels that give you extra health, when you kill one of those, if you're not at full health, Sparks will... nice, that's really bad. Sparks will like pause and not eat anything for a while. I intentionally skipped that dragon there because it's faster, but if you die, then it's not faster. It's a really easy jump, I don't know why I missed that. So we kind of do this, a large part of this level in the reverse of the intended order. It's not really normal. That was weird. I missed the whole level stuff. Somehow I completely missed this lamp, which I was supposed to charge through, and I missed this chest. No big deal. No, you didn't. Normally I would have done a side roll there, but I didn't that time. Just because of how I was positioned. But there's a couple places in this game where you roll. It's not common, but it's a nice little information. It's not. I mean, so essentially I was going to get into this in like after I leave this level, is a good example of it. But every dragon, when you collect it, when you touch it, it plays this little cutscene where it speaks to Spyro. And Spyro always stands in a specific spot during that cutscene. And so between you, like when you touch the dragon, he'll walk slowly into the right position. But what you want to do for each dragon, you want to touch the dragon as close as possible to the spot that Spyro walks to during the cutscene. And so sometimes you'll see me collect dragons from like the back compared to where I'm going to them from, and it looks a bit odd, but it's faster because you manually going to the right spot is quicker than Spyro slowly walking around during the cutscene. Saves at most like a second per dragon, but when there's 80 of them, that's and for that one specifically, where the reason I got the dragon then instead of earlier is because during the cutscene he walks kind of in the opposite direction of where we want to go next the first time we reach the dragon. And so it just puts us like a tiny little bit back, whereas if we get it later, like I did, he walks in the direction that we're going anyway. And so it's just a very small thing. But that's a really good example of a dragon that we want to collect from the back, compared to the direction that we're coming to them from. Because if I'd just gone straight up to him from where I was coming from, I would have to walk all the way around really slowly. So that's Peacekeepers. 29, yeah, I'm like a couple minutes behind where I want to be. That was a thief animation skip. Normally when you flame one of those thieves, it plays a little cutscene where the egg comes out and like, floats around in the air for a while. And you can skip that cutscene by pressing X, but if you are in the air, then the cutscene it doesn't stop your momentum, and so you can like skip the cutscene before it's even stopped you, and it doesn't waste any time at all. I killed that enemy at the back there with the debris from the fan chests. Whenever you break one of these fan chests, there's a thing that pops out of them and lands either on the ground or in some places it'll land on an enemy and kill them. It's a nice little Easter egg thing. So I'm trying to catch a cycle on these stairs, if I might get. Yeah, good. That's kind of fun. And I mentioned flame charging earlier. You can flame charge fan chests like I did just there, and it's pretty tricky. It's like you flame it the first time and then just like mash to flame it as quickly as possible the second time. But then the third time you need to like flame and then charge extremely quickly, and you need to be stood the right distance for it. Pretty tricky. But they save a whole bunch of time if you are good at them, because you don't need to stop and grab the gem out of the air when it pops out. Like that. Oh, come on. You can skip that cycle of the wall, but I knew I was going to get this one anyway, so you know. Thank you, Wingo. Climbing stairs in this game is one of the most technical parts of the game. It's one of the things that takes a while to get good at. Because you need to jump like as soon as you land on the ground, but if you jump too late, then you're just going to like waste time from going slow. But if you jump too early, you won't jump at all, and you just end up like charging again before you jump and you bonk on the wall. Each set of stairs has different dimensions, and so the timing is a little bit different. Thing here. We flamed the first two, but this last one was just enough room to charge it and still land on the platform if you face in the right direction. Which means you don't need to wait for it to slowly explode. This is the first supercharge ramp in the world. Breaking this key chest with the supercharge, it's really straightforward, and I'm guessing it was probably like a Easter egg that they intended you to be able to do. But obviously you can also go get the key chest from somewhere else, but it's just a lot quicker to supercharge it like that. A bunch of flame charges, which I'm not getting. Yeah, don't quite. This ramp climb is I mean, it's tough, but that was the worst I've done it in quite a while. I don't know what cycle I have. Oh, that's fine. Ended up with an off cycle anyway. So we do this level in a completely unintended way. You're supposed to go through like the cave is in like 2 forks, and you're supposed to go through one of them and kill the big spider enemies with the supercharge, and the other one you kill with the like the fairy kiss, the super flame. And we do it in the opposite of what you're supposed to do. Like we kill the fork where you're supposed to supercharge through, we kill with the fairy kiss. And the one that you're supposed to go through with the fairy kiss, we kill everything with supercharge. Which I think is pretty neat. Assuming I can get the supercharge strand, it's not free. Nice, okay. And now we have the super flame, which can both break all these chests in one hit, and also can flame these bugs, which are normally invincible. As you can see, the timing on that was kind of tight. If you go too slow there, you run out of the super flame and killed everything, and then you cry because you have to go back for it. Or supercharge through it and just waste a whole bunch of time. That's half of all the dragons. But the levels get longer as you get through the game, so we're less than halfway through the run, I think. In fact, yeah, there's a thief off to the left there that I just killed with the fan chest debris. You don't even see him, but the eggs popped up, like the egg count popped up at the bottom, because I killed the egg thief. There's a peak, more supercharge shenanigans in this level. Starts off pretty normal though, it goes through this kind of secret path to the side. And clear all this up. The intended way to go through this level is pretty crazy. You have to go through this, like through the roofs twice. There's like 2 parts. So we only have to go through once, thankfully. Flame charging these enemies. Except for that one. And then cool trick. Scenery as a ramp to make it up onto that ledge. I only just made it. You normally make it by more than that, but I guess I can't complain. And that skips going through that like first path around the outside of the buildings a second time. And then there's a thief around the back here, and it's quickest to just death abuse to get back to other part of the level. The dragon statues act as checkpoints, and so part of me thinks I What about, what was I saying? Yeah, the dragon set you back to checkpoints, so you, if you die, you go back to the last one that you touched. My opinion is Spyro Reignited. I played through it recently when it came out on PC. It looks great. Like, I love how it looks. It's a beautiful game. The physics are different. Like, I feel like it just kind of gets more and more rushed feeling the further you get through it. Like, especially like the late game in Spyro 3 just is kind of bad. The minigames are badly made. But like, I definitely had fun playing through it. Not something I'm going to speedrun, but I'm glad I played that. Now, do I have all gems? Yes, I do. Okay, I wasn't sure. I thought I'd skipped something, but... Alright, so I'm going to do something weird looking here. I'm going to go through this portal from the back, kind of move the camera, hesitate a bit. Essentially, the loading, I mean, I played on PC, so the loading times were fine. Spyro, actually no, Spyro 1 still has some weird loads on, like, long loads on PC, but not nearly as bad as ones on PS4. But yes, I went through that portal from the back. There is a dragon right in front of the portal for this level, and it's close enough that you can touch it while you're like loading Crystal Flight. When you go through a portal, the level you're in doesn't start to unload, and the next level doesn't start to load until the camera has passed through the portal. And so by getting the camera stuck on the opposite side of the portal, you can delay Magicropter's unloading, and Spyro will keep going through the portal for a while and actually touch the dragon that's next to it. And it completely skips the cutscene, but it counts as collecting the dragon. So when I come out here, that dragon in front of the level will be collected, and I won't have had to watch any sort of cutscene or anything like that. He's just gone. You could, in theory, do that anywhere where there was a dragon statue close enough to a portal, but that's unfortunately the only time where it's close enough. There's another block level, this is Blowhard up here. Just playing it a couple times. Which is the deal with almost all the bosses. There's like one actually. This bit is always scary when you are running, so lots of people... For some reason, it just happens to line up where people die in that cave and game over, and it's a really horrible game over, and it happens to everyone when they're here. And even sometimes when they're not here. So double the spring chest there. Try and do those as much as possible. Two spring chests in one go. Yeah, very, very quick level. Also, when I killed Blowhard, just as he died and as the gems were about to pop out, I kind of charged through where his corpse was, and that kind of triggers the gems to home in on you as if you killed him. That's true for a whole bunch of things, like exploding chests, dying bosses. If you just kind of charge next to them, the gems will home in. Or sometimes even just like walk or roll or just do anything next to, like move next to where they are dying or exploding. The gems will home in. So Terrace Village here is all on cycles. There's a big section where there's enemies with like electric floors that they turn on and off on cycles, and you kind of want to get through as quickly as possible so that you make a good cycle to start with, and then your movement in that area needs to be really good so that you can one cycle it. Oh, that was weird. I need to be careful with the fireworks here, because I can't, like, I can hear the game, but not as loud as I normally have it. It's kind of important to know if I've missed one of these fireworks. That one was fine. And then that one was fine, good. Okay. Whatever, I'm just gonna have to wait. That was good. Getting all of those there before that guy lights the floor again is pretty tough. Oh, I didn't quite make that, but shouldn't have gone for that. I like only just made the first cycle, and normally that means you're not going to make the second one. Yeah, we did. I actually don't have the donation page up. I should probably have that up so that I can see if there have been any come in. But we did hit the goal, which is really, really awesome. Only time in the whole game. Well, one of 2 times in the game where I use the D-pad. I use the analog mostly, but holding down left on the D-pad and charge as you come out of there gives you the perfect angle for that throw. And cute little trick here to break 2 of these things in one like damage when you take the damage ones. Your least favorite? Yeah, I kind of agree. It has a couple of really good levels. Like I like Terrace Village, and I like Treetops a lot, but it's kind of this flight has a really cool route. If I go fast enough at the start here, I'll Oh, I missed that one. And I missed that one as well! Oh no! And wow, I missed 3 times. Okay, well that was that couldn't have gone much worse, short of like actually hitting the water and dying. So I flamed that boar, but I didn't get his gem, and that's actually fine, because the boar kind of, when the level loads, the boar spawns right in front of the Misty Bog portal, and if an enemy is supposed to start right next to a portal that you're leaving, the enemy just dies. Like, the game just kills it for you, so it doesn't get in your way when you're coming out of the portal. And so that boar is just going to be dead already when I come out of this level, and I'll pick up its gem as I come out. There's another enemy next to Night Flight, so although normally I kill that enemy on the way in, it's just kind of in the way. But if you miss it, you don't need to worry, because it'll just die anyway when you leave Night Flight. So this level is notorious, it's really scary, playing this casually and also in speedruns. It's got difficult enemies and kind of tricky platforming. The frogs, wow, okay, that's... I'm not sure if I've ever done that before. I hadn't even got a dragon yet. So these trees, once they lock onto you, you can't really avoid them. Like, they come at you and they will hit you from a million miles away. And then the frogs can hit you from very far as well. They are much easier to deal with if you can flame charge decently, because then you can hit them like that before they're able to hit you. But if I just tried to put charge in there without flaming, you would have thought you need to. One of the few enemies that can actually hit you before you can hit them. I don't remember how many I lost, but I think I lost them. And I don't know which frogs actually, but... Oh, fine. Is also notorious. In the Spyro community, we tend to put one time in my back. It's just full of... Wow, I'm getting close. That was one of the worst ones I've done. Oh, and I nearly got to that one as well. The frogs are scary, but the Norks are also really scary because they have weird hitboxes. You can like charge right next to them and not kill them, and they can hit you from quite far away with their knives. Okay. Oh yeah, so there's the gem from that ball that I was mentioning before. I don't have health, so I have to touch all the gems, which is really awful when you miss them and have to turn around. There's a frog here. Alright, so treetops we break pretty heavily because you're supposed to do these like long supercharged track maze things to get to all the different islands, and we can kind of manipulate the supercharged mechanics a little bit to go a bit further than we're supposed to and skip a lot of those puzzles. It's all over the place right now. Starts out pretty normal though. Over here. Supercharging through those time quests is really important. They just means you don't need to flame them 3 times. And try and break these spring chests with supercharge as well. And then definitely used to get back to the dragon up above, because it's just quicker than anything else. And then I'm going to do an unintendedly high jump off this to get all the way to the secret island in one jump. You are not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be a long supercharge puzzle to get to this, but you need to you jump onto the supercharge ramp, which gives you more speed to start off with, and then you actually jump off it after you've left the end, and you go further and can actually make it up to that island. I did something similar in Wizard Peak actually to skip some supercharge stuff. I didn't mention. Snipe this guy before he can even move. Yeah, I mean the stuff we skip is not fun, so I don't care, it's fine. And then I'm going to skip some even more stuff here. This is normal, but then... This one's more obviously a skip. Use that little piece of the scenery there to launch ourselves up onto this section. Yeah, easy. So that level is made a lot shorter than it's supposed to be. You're also not supposed to be able to jump up that ledge. That's a little quirk of charging out of jumps, is that you go a tiny bit up before you start going down again. And then you get a tiny bit of fire, which is used in a bunch of places to make unintended jumps. Wait, I need to do this. I'm mixing up my routes again. And the fact that you go up when you charge out of a jump is also the reason that whenever you see me glide out of a jump, you might hear my controller, you might hear me making a loud noise on my controller, and that's charge gliding. Essentially you do a very quick square input, a very quick charge input before you glide, and you go up a tiny bit, and you go straight to max speed, which makes your glides way better. You go a fair bit further and higher as well. So that makes a whole bunch of jumps either possible or easier. You just want to do it everywhere when you glide out of the jump. And then this is Metalhead. This is the only boss with an actual interesting mechanic. You have to break all of these pylons and they're on cycles. It doesn't look very hard when you see that because you didn't even see any of them flash red, but they do. They go red, and when they're red, you can't break them and they hurt you. So if you don't know the cycle, then you have to actually do them all the time. Then just got a couple things to clear up in the home world, and then we'll be off to Dreamweavers, which is the longest and most difficult home world. That cycle's nice because it means you don't need to wait for anything. You can just go straight to the next guy and put all the chests. And then you need to make sure to land on that gem in front of the balloonist, because if you just walk up to the balloonist, Sparks will try and pick up the gem, and then you activate the balloonist talk box and everything freezes while you're talking to the balloonist, including Sparks. And so if you then just leave and go to Dreamweavers, you won't get that last gem. You have to actually jump on it and touch it. So we're kind of in the late game now. Dreamweavers has some really good levels. They're tricky and long, but they're interesting. Haunted Towers, this next one, is probably my favourite level in the game. When it goes well. When it goes badly, it's horrible. If you die in most places in this level, you just lose minutes, just because of a mechanic that we'll see later. And that's these fairy kisses again. We saw these back in High Caves a while ago. And there's a whole bunch of them throughout this level. And there's one specifically that gives it to you permanently. And permanently means until you die, or exit the level. Which means once you get the permanent one, the whole route is based around you having it permanently like after that point. And so if you die and lose it, you just have to scramble around getting kisses, and it's just really, really awful. But I'm making a beeline straight to the permanent fairy kiss. This is like a secret area. Lots of people didn't find this as kids. I know I didn't. And this is the permanent fairy kiss, permanent super flame. So I've now got the super flame until I die, which means I can kill these armor guys and I can break the strong chests, like the metal crates. Oh, come on. What do you mean, oh hell? It's the best level. I missed that as well. I try and catch that out of the air, but I missed it. But no, if you don't know where everything is, then this level is a pain to find everything. And also if you're like a newer runner and are not very good at flame charging, you'll also struggle a lot. Because these suits of armor flame charges are not the easiest thing in the world. You need to have quick inputs and be quite close to them. That's a life. I would have got that, except I got one that I wasn't meaning to get from the world, so if I do get that, there's a chance I'll have more than I want. Because there is a point a bit later on in the run where I want to game over at a specific time, and so I need to keep an eye on my life now to make sure that happens. gonna go for something here. I probably won't get it. Yeah, no. So if you get a really good wall glide on that, you can make it over to the other island and do a different route, where you do like you go straight to Icy Flight basically. That was wrong. Yeah, but I didn't get it, which I mean probably get it less than half the time. So it's no big deal. Because if you don't get that wall glide, the strat there is the death abuse anyway, so it's no big deal. Dark Passage is another level with really painful enemies. These turtles, they're like metal turtles. They can hit you very easily if you don't know what you're doing to manipulate them. And then these big arrows are pretty tough. The gimmick is that the like guys with the lights, you can't kill them. You can just kind of flame them, and it makes them activate their light, which makes most of the enemies smaller and easier to kill. But while it's dark, the dogs turn into these big red things that will hit you from ages away, and the turtles become completely invincible. You can't kill them. Oh my god. I killed the mushroom and its corpse like blocked me from progressing. That was the worst. Oh, I did. Wow. Sparks are just super delayed there. That was interesting. That's not a big deal, but it's pretty simple. I got lagged out of that. I mean, that's a good job I got that life at the end of Dark Passage. So occasionally when you do that jump, the lag spikes and one of your inputs doesn't come out, and so you either get a normal glide and don't make it, or you get only a charge and no glide and you go straight into the point. Like either way you die. So it's a slightly risky thing to go for, but oh wow, I missed both of them, all these scripts. Okay, whatever. Yeah, you have to use this cannon to shrink these guys. There's no other way to get... I mean, I said there's no other way to get past. There is another way to get past, but there's no other way to get their gems. them by shrinking them, because you can't kill them when they're big. Yeah, any percent kind of just damage boosts over them, or you can even just jump over them if you have good timing. And yeah, so twice a point. But yeah, they have gems, and so in this we have to use the camera. So this is the last flight level. It's a good one. I like it. It's got a cycle to capture on this train, but if you miss it, it's only meme strat. Yeah, no, it is something that you need to do in any percent, just not in this category. I like the use of that one, but... Alright, Lofty is a hard level. There's another one where it's possible to get ruined by lag, although I've done some changes recently that have prevented that. Cutting out charge glides in favour of just charging. Like here. I used to get a bunch of charge glides lost, like dropped to lag there, but I found out that you can actually just charge across that as long as you get enough height off the vertical. I'm going to try and do some cycle manipulation here by running it out around the outside here, and then kind of going back around to the outside before going up here. It should put this pulling guy in a good spot. And I don't know why. I've had that not work a couple times recently, and I don't really know why. Not sure what I'm doing wrong. Pedagogical is just like to do with teaching. Pedagogy is just a fancy word for teaching, like education. So educational will be a synonym for it. In most cases. Yeah, theoretical strat to me sounds more like it's something that like would work if a particular thing were true, but that thing isn't true, so it doesn't work. That's what I would assume from a theoretical strat. If we could do this, then the route would look like this, but we can't do this thing, so... Oh, come on. Break the whole thing. So yeah, a whole bunch of this level is freeing fairies to activate wall links. We can skip a couple of them, but we can't skip all of them. And there are also other routes that do more stuff with the supercharge. I recently actually switched back to this route from a faster one just because I was losing so many runs to it, and I don't need the time save right now. Oh, I did it. That's, yeah, okay, fair enough. Serves me wrong. That's the same place as earlier where I was saying, like, hey, I started not gliding there because you don't need to. And so I didn't glide and didn't make it. Well, because again I died. So many unintended deaths this run. If you light that fireworks chest and then go get the dragon, and you do it with the right timing, you can crash the game. Like the dragon, some combination of the dragon cutscene and the chest exploding at the same time causes the game to crash. Last boss level, was Jacques. This one is some weird platform. And some cycles to catch towards the end. The actual boss fight is easy, just the level stuff. Skip this dragon for the same reason as way back in the ice cavern. We were heading like towards the boss, but if we'd collected that dragon, Spyro would have walked away from the boss during the cutscene. And so it's quicker to get that dragon on the way back after the boss. It just means if you die during the fight, you go all the way back to the start of the level. But that doesn't normally happen. The stairs, which is where we're going anyway. Made that, which is something that always scares me. One of the falls that I lit back, like further back, lowered that really tall platform, and then I had to get a whole bunch of stuff before it rose again. I'm gonna get this life because it's free, it takes no time to get, and because being on 2 is not ideal here. That's where I want to be. Another wall glide to skip a platform there, and we are done. Yeah, I have no idea how this stuff works on the inner workings. But yes, we are done with all of the kind of main home worlds. Nasty's world is kind of short, it only has 4 levels, one of them is the final boss. So, we are getting in towards the end. Interesting thing about that dragon right there, There's another dragon that spawns after you kill Nasty and Orc on the same spot, but because of a trick that I'm going to do later, it's actually going to spawn the wrong dragon there, and so I'm going to collect that Delbin twice. And we also freed Delbin, the same dragon, earlier on in the game, way back in other seasons. So we actually freed Delbin 3 times in this run. That jump is not super hard, but for some reason I'm struggling with it right now. Alright, thank you, Grayson. So that's a trick. If you hit that barrel like at the right time when he's dropping it down, the explosion is way bigger than it's supposed to be, and it breaks that chest, and also kills an enemy through the wall that's quite a bit later in the level. I don't want to be on those bars. Yeah, I'll point it out later on. There'll be a gem just sat on the ground, and it should have been an enemy, except we killed it with that explosion. Being on no sparks anywhere in this level is horrible. There's so many gems just like flying on the ground in a whole like big formation. Yeah, this blue gem right here. There's normally another Nork on a barrel. It just wasn't there because I killed it. This key is not strictly necessary. You can break the key chest with an explosive barrel, but getting the keys, it doesn't take any time really, and it lets you do a full strat here where you get everything for them. This room can be a mess if you try and do key chest with an explosive. Very easy level to miss gems in, so seeing 400 there is always a relief. Oh, I didn't want to... That rat is not always there, and because I wasn't on gold sparks, I was hoping it wouldn't be there. Because, it makes those gems just pop out and be annoying. Alright. So I have 2 lives here, and assuming I don't make any mistakes, the route will have 2 death abuses in it, and so I'll be on 0 lives at the end of this level, which is exactly where I want to be. Being able to flame charge well is very important in this level. You can flame charge the big enemies with the guns, and it just kind of makes everything easier and quicker. it to get up to the top little secret area using this supercharge. But there's also a strong chest that we need to break with the supercharge as well. So we need to death abuse come back to the ramp. Supercharge again. There is a different route that only death abuses once, but it's a lot harder. I'm not gonna go for it right now. And don't have too many lives. But yeah, you just literally break that and then death abuse again. And go back here. Try not to get hit. Gotta be careful with this grenade enemy, because the grenades have humongous bit of it. Alright, so I'm going to get a fodder here. Normally I wouldn't in an actual run, but I really don't want to mess up this trick, and the more healthy I have, the easier it is. So essentially so I'm going into the final boss level now. The final boss is really easy to kill. You just flame him twice and he dies. Once he dies though, it very slowly gives you these 4 pink gems, and then plays the credits. Now, we want to get the 4 pink gems, but we don't want to play the credits, because the credits are about 3 minutes long, and you don't want to in a speed run. There's more to do after those credits, and so you can't necessarily like timing ends when you're not, there's more to do still. And so, I'm going to try and die as I kill Nastiork. And just doing that is really easy, but dying with a delay long enough to get all the gems before you like spawn back out and like lose the opportunity to get them is a lot more difficult. And so you're going to see what I'm going to try and do. But first off, I need to get like one cycle that's like nasty chase, get all the gems, and then still catch them at the end, which isn't too bad, but it is failable. So quickly once all these spring chains. Which I nearly did there. I jumped in a place I wouldn't normally jump and nearly missed it there. But thankfully Sparks was MVP then, so got it. But yeah, I am going to get damaged by Nastiork at the end here, and then proxy off him, go out of bounds and flame him through the floor, and like slowly glide into the lava during the cutscene. And you'll see. Close, so just oh, I flamed too early. That's really unfortunate. That's another minute lost. Crap. And that's a game over as well. Man. It's pretty rare that I fail that these days. And I just watched it back on the stream and that looked so close. Like I should have got that. Yeah, what Phoenix said, it looked fine to me when I just watched it on the stream as well. I think I just flamed too early, that's really unfortunate. But yeah, you see what I was going for. But I do have to get this. I mean, I guess I could technically either like watch the credits or there's like a different thing you can do with the disc tray that lets you skip watching them, but I still need to kill them regardless. So. So the game over made that even more costly than it would otherwise have been, but every time you miss that, it's like nearly a minute long. So right at the end of an hour and a half run, it's pretty scary. Like, most runners are comfortable with this. Like, the top runners, super million for a long time, are comfortable with this trick and don't fail it very often. But it is still, like, tricky, and so it's very scary. Shouldn't be surprised, this run's been sloppy enough. I was so high, like I turned, like my angle was just really bad. It was so high. I got like the perfect proxy instead. I'll give it one more go and then, yeah, I guess. Don't want to keep going into this guy. We have 64 to 1. There we go, holy crap. So yeah, you delay the death long enough that you still get all the gems, but you skip the credits by dying. Man, I'm so far behind estimate, crap. I should not set my estimate as 130 for this game. Like, as much as I would like to think that I can get 130 every run, it just doesn't happen. Anyway, yeah, this is Nasty's Loot. You get access to this once you have 100%. It's got 2,000 more gems in it. It's a pretty cool level. You get like flight, like as in the flight levels. Although you are height capped, so you can only fly up to the highest point where you started a flight from. And so the whole gimmick is that you unlock like stairs and stuff, so you can get higher and higher. A couple of plane thieves which catch at certain points in there. So, I caught him, but I was in the spot to get the fire. And then this one's really important. If you don't get him there, you have to like chase him around. Marathon boys, get ready on time, I guess. It's pretty much it. Just gonna get these chests outside and then head into the ring lights. Whole bunch of big jumps to climb.
Spyro the Dragon, You've defeated Ganasty Gnorc,
Was it?
collected
Oh,
the
was
dragon
I
eggs,
quiet like the whole
saved all the
time?
dragons, and recovered every bit of treasure in the Dragon Kingdom. How do you
Anyway, yeah, that was
I
pretty
feel
crap.
fired up, Mom, and I'm happy for the
Apologies,
Dragon World,
but
of
thank you
course.
for having me
I
anyway.
certainly wouldn't want to spend the rest of my dragon.
Rest of the marathon's gonna be really sick
Nasty
though. We've
Gnorc
got
and his minions.
SM64 with Para, which is always
Never
the
mind.
highlight, and then
You know what they
OOT
say.
race.
For every good battle, you
Couple
need
really
a
good
good
speed games.
adversary. And I
All
felt that
definitely
Nasty,
watching.
in spite of his misguided nature, was a worthy opponent. Uh-oh. Here we go again.